Good morning all. Today's topic of discussion is Digital CMOS Circuits Part 3. The objective of this lecture is to make the students familiarize with CMOS combinational circuits. So transistors can be used as switches. So we can view the MOS transistor as electrically controlled switches. Voltage at the gate controls the path from source to drain. So this is the symbol for the NMOS transistor and this is the symbol for the PMOS. You can see one bubble over here which is indicating the P MOSFET. So we have the three terminals: drain, gate and source, and with the help of this gate terminal we can control this electronic switch. So voltage at this gate control decides the path from source to drain, whether the device is on or off, that is decided with the help of this gate signal. So if the gate signal is 0, then N MOSFET will be off and P MOSFET will be on. The 0 signal or logic low signal at the gate of the MOSFET will turn on P MOSFET and it will keep the N MOSFET off. If we will apply the gate equal to logic high or equal to VDD, then that will turn on the N MOSFET and keep the P MOSFET off. So logic high at the gate will turn on N MOSFET. So if you'll remember this one thing, then the other three conditions you can easily remember. Now we'll see the operation of a CMOS inverter. So in the CMOS inverter, we have one P MOSFET and one N MOSFET. This is the drain terminal of P MOSFET which is connected to VDD. The source terminal of P MOSFET and the drain terminal of N MOSFET, they are shorted and from that the output Y is taken. The source terminal of N MOSFET is grounded. Then the gate terminals of both P MOSFET and N MOSFET, they are shorted and the input A is applied. This is the symbol for the CMOS inverter and we'll see how the CMOS inverter will operate. This input A may have the two conditions, either it will be logic 0 or logic 1. As the name suggests, it is a inverter. So first we'll check the condition for A is equal to 1. So when the gate input is 1, as per the previous slide, if the gate signal is 1, then it will turn on the N MOSFET. So N MOSFET is on and P MOSFET is off. So if N MOSFET is on, this output terminal Y will be grounded through this MOSFET. So hence the output Y is equal to 0. So it is inverting the input. So if input is 1, output will be equal to 0. Now we'll check the next condition. A is equal to 0. So if A is equal to 0, this signal will be applied, then this N MOSFET will be off for that and P MOSFET will be on. So when P MOSFET will be on, it is just like a switch, so it will close this path from VDD to the output. So output will be logic high, that is equal to the supply voltage VDD. So again the input is inverted, input is 0, output is 1. Now we'll go for the next logic gate, that is a CMOS NAND gate. So it is having the two inputs AB and we can see that the two P MOSFETs are connected in parallel. So this is the drain terminal. So drain terminal of both the P MOSFETs, it is shorted and this is the source terminal which is also shorted. So both these devices, both the P MOSFETs are connected in parallel and both the N MOSFETs are connected in series. And to both the MOSFETs, that is one P MOSFET and one N MOSFET, input A is applied. Second P MOSFET and this N MOSFET, again the gate terminals are shorted, A input is applied, this gate and this gate, one P MOSFET, another N MOSFET, second input B is applied, and the output is taken from this terminal. Now as there are two inputs A and B, there are four possibilities. Either A, B both will be 0, 0, A will be 0, B will be 1, A will be 1, B will be 0, or both will be 1, 1. Now we'll analyze the operation of this. We'll consider all the conditions one by one. Take the first condition, A is 0, B is 0. So just check, when A will be 0, it is connected to this MOSFET, P MOSFET. So P MOSFET will be on and N MOSFET will be off. Now this is the B input which is connected to this MOSFET. Again B is 0 means this MOSFET is also on and this is off. So both the P MOSFETs are on. So they are just like a closed switch. So output Y will be connected to VDD through these MOSFETs and output will be 1. So if it is an AND gate, output will be 0, but it is a NAND gate, so output should be 1. And that same thing we are getting over here. I will check for the second condition. Now A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1. Now we will check. For A equal to 0, again this P MOSFET will be on and N MOSFET will be off. For B equal to 1, P MOSFET will be off, N MOSFET will be on. Now again check the condition. Now even though this N MOSFET is on, this is off. So this connection could not be completed. So this Y cannot be connected to ground. Now out of these two P MOSFETs, it is a either or case. So either this is on or this is on, or both are on, then also the output will be connected to VDD through either one of these or both of these. So as this MOSFET, P MOSFET is on, Y will be connected through this P MOSFET to the VDD. So output will be logic 1. So for this 0, 1 input condition, output is 1. We'll check the third condition. A is 0, B is 1. So A is 1 means now again N MOSFET will be on, P MOSFET will be off. B is 0, P MOSFET will be on, N MOSFET will be off. So now for this case, again out of these two, both should be on, then only output will be 0. But as these two devices are connected in parallel, again this Y is connected through this second MOSFET which is connected to VDD, so output will be logic 1. We'll go for the fourth case in which both the inputs are logic 1. So when both the inputs will be logic 1, both N MOSFETs will be on, just like a closed switch. Both P MOSFETs are off, so output will be connected through both N MOSFETs to ground and output will be logic 0. I'll go for the next gate, that is the CMOS NOR gate. Now in this CMOS NOR gate, you can see the connections. So the connections, the series and parallel connections of the devices are exactly reversed. So in the previous case, both P MOSFETs were connected parallel to each other and N MOSFETs were connected in series. Now in this case, exactly reverse thing is done. P MOSFETs are connected in series and N MOSFETs are connected in parallel. And for this you can check the truth table. So when both the inputs will be 0, 0, at that time both P MOSFETs will be on and output will be connected through P MOSFETs to VDD. Second condition, A is 0, B is 1. A is 0 means again this P MOSFET will be on, N MOSFET will be off. B is 1 means P MOSFET will be off and N MOSFET will be on. So through this particular N MOSFET, output Y will be connected to ground and will get the output equal to 0. Now the third case, A is 1. So A is 1 means P MOSFET will be on and N MOSFET will be off. B is 0. So due to that this N MOSFET will be, sorry, A is 1 means this MOSFET will be on, this is off. B is 0 means this MOSFET is off and this is on. But as these two are connected in series, both should be on, then only output will be connected to VDD. But as N MOSFETs are in parallel, either or case is there. So this first MOSFET is on, so output will be grounded through this MOSFET and we'll get the output equal to 0. Now 3 input NAND gate. So you can try to draw this circuit diagram for this 3 input NAND gate. For NAND gate, you should remember that P MOSFETs are connected in parallel and N MOSFETs are connected in series. So instead of 2 P MOSFETs, now we'll be using 3 P MOSFETs and 3 N MOSFETs because it is a 3 input NAND gate. So Y, that is the output, pulls low if all the inputs are 1 and Y pulls high if any input is 0. And this is the required circuit diagram in which we can see 3 P MOSFETs are connected in parallel and 3 N MOSFETs are connected in series, and you can verify the truth table for this particular NAND gate. Thank you.